Judge, now I'm going to ask you, if you've got someone where there is a warrant that is being executed, and you then ask the person who's in the house, what is your legal status, by the way? Can the police do that? Can the police get away with that?
I think the police have a great burden here. It's too much of a burden on the local cops to know what...
Oh, hogwash. They make these decisions every day of the week as to whether they're going to arrest someone.
I think you're absolutely racial profiling here. We're going back to the 1950s. It's going to be unevenly applied.
The law says you can't racially profile.
And that's where the
If this was affecting the people in the country clubs, there would be no way that this law would pass.
The answer to the question was the Supreme Court said they can ask that person whether or not she is a legal or illegal person.
They're not going to be stopping you.
After
the only people they're going to stop are people with dark skin and curly hair.
Hold on, we're on.
So I've arranged for a rental car to be dropped off at your house. You sure you got everything out of your car?
I think so.
Let's get you home.
Why do drivers 50 and over switch to the Hartford? The only auto insurance program endorsed by AARP. More than savings and benefits. We handle the problems you'd expect. And the ones you never knew you had.
You don't know how much this means to me. I'm serious. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
The AARP Auto Insurance Program from the Hartford.
Get it saucy. Boston Market is kicking up the flavor of its signature rotisserie chicken with 5 new zesty sauces, from heat to sweet. Sauce it your way. It's free. Get it saucy. Only at Boston Market.
Investing takes perspective. While some focus on the short term, we see long-term opportunities in all market cycles. It's made us a leader in investment management. Franklin Templeton Investments. Gain from our perspective.
A Palin exclusive. Sarah has all the fallout from the primaries and shares her November predictions. Plus, the party planners, Kane and Steele, square off on their party's next big move on Fox News.
Earthquakes, floods, fires. Over the years, we've reported on lots of important stories.
Seen families lose everything.
And reported on the strength of the human spirit.
Now, we come together to share a vital message. It's time to prepare, San Diego. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed. From family emergencies to community disasters, learn more about which situation may affect you where you live, work, or play. Visit preparesandiego.org.
When no one's in charge, everyone's in trouble. San Diego's budget crisis was caused by hiding problems from the public. That's why voters approved the Strong Mayor reform. Prop D makes your reform permanent, ensuring accountability, giving you the power to elect our city's chief executive, providing checks and balances to protect taxpayers. Prop D means problems get solved, not swept under the rug. Don't go back to the system that created our city's problems. Vote yes on Prop D.
At a time when police and firefighters are being laid off, some local governments want to get into the electricity business. It could cost nearly $3 billion in public funds, and under current law, we don't even have the right to vote on it. Proposition 16 requires voter approval before local governments can spend public funds to take over electric service.
Prop 16 is supported by taxpayer, business, and labor groups because in tough economic times like these, voters should have the final say on how government spends our money. Vote yes on Prop 16, the Taxpayers' Right to Vote Act.
His ideas still stand the test of time, now more than ever. And they're embodied by Tom Campbell, an advisor to President Reagan. He later was one of Congress's most frugal members. No wonder Tom Campbell opposes Obama's expensive energy tax, wants to repeal the health care law, and was state finance director the last time the budget was balanced without tax increases. The Reagan legacy, now more than ever. Californians for a Balanced Budget and a Better Economy is responsible for the content of this advertising.
When Arizona takes measures to secure the U.S. border because the feds won't do it, that's not a misdirected expression of frustration, as it was referred to. No, it's called doing your duty, and that is the duty of the president, is to secure our borders.
This is a Fox News alert. Governor Sarah Palin in Denver tonight slamming the president on his opposition to the Arizona immigration law. Back with me now, former Florida Circuit Court Judge Larry Seidlin, former prosecutor Lee Sweal, Pinal County Sheriff Paul Babu, and defense attorney Michael Cardoza. I'll start with the sheriff. Was she right?
Absolutely, and I was honored to meet and speak with the governor of Alaska while she was here, and she's 100% right. The federal government has failed to do their job, and our state is taking action into our own hands to protect our families and our state.
You know, very
we need
frightening.
Yes. We need soldiers deployed to our border to secure that border and to stop this endless cycle, because even this law, it is only a partial fix. We've got to secure the border. We literally have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of illegals crossing each and every year.
Well, and you know, we've got another soundbite from Sarah. Let's put that one on.
You see, folks, the president and his advisors would love you to believe that the Arizona law will lead to racial profiling. But it does no such thing, and the bill explicitly prohibits, it forbids racial profiling. And anyone who suggests otherwise, they're lying.
Judge, stop. Are they lying?
Well, what you can't do here is take a poll and see if the public's in favor of a law or not. In other words, is this law fair to our citizens? Is it being applied even-handedly?
But they said, okay, but it's in the enforcement, not in the law itself. You agree with that? Right, Judge?
I think this is too much of a problem to place on law enforcement. I think it's going to be racial profiling.
Judge,
they
what do
are
we do
not
with
going to stop
terrorists?
Sarah Palin in Arizona. She doesn't fit.
But you know what? They're not going to stop me either. But the point is,
well,
if you're looking for
have dark hair, they may stop
might me. But you know what? You know what I'll do? I'll take out my license like I do when I have to take out my credit card. When a cop stops me, I'm happy to show them my ID. Michael, what's wrong with my showing them my ID? 84% of Americans don't have a problem with that.
Then let everybody show their cards.
That's right.
Everybody.
All right, everybody, hold it. Michael, go. Go, Michael.
All right, who were they going to stop here? They're not going to stop blue-eyed blondes.
Right.
They're going to stop citizens of Mexican descent.
And Michael, you got
they
blue
will
eyes,
pay.
don't you? Michael, you have blue eyes.
That's not true.
I do, but you know, they're not. I know that police say, "Oh no, we would never do that," and I respect that. But I've done this job enough. I know they do that.
You're going to bring a motion to have the charges dismissed, and you know that the judge will dismiss it if they don't have a reasonable suspicion. Because you say, how do we prove any confession is legal?
But we don't want to put that person in jail waiting to get their charges dismissed. We don't want to make life so uncomfortable.
Though,
this is America.
But, you know, what Palin was talking about is, in looking at the letter of the law, she's absolutely right.
She is right.
She is absolutely right. And the application, we'll have to see. But I expect that when I'm pulled over for speeding or whatever, or blowing through that stop sign, that I'm going to have to pull out. Not that happens every day, please. But I have to pull out.
All right, everyone.
No, you're not.
Thank you, Lisa. All right, that's it for us. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you again tomorrow night.